Good evening, everybody. My name is Dave Foster from the Fontaine team, the real estate leader. And I am doing a quick video tonight to show you some of the ways that we're working with our folks who are looking to sell their homes in safely doing that. Some of the ways that we as a team have created and also are following CDC guidelines by the state and the federal government to make sure that as we go through this, help you go through the sale of your home, that we are doing things that make you feel confident in your safety. So I thought I would just do a quick video tonight and tell you a few things that we're doing. I've called it the Safety First Home Selling webinar. And if you have any questions, you can go ahead and just type the questions in to the chat area, and I will attempt to answer them. And any of them that I don't know, if there are any I don't know, I will find answers to and get back to you. So thank you. I'm going to go to the next screen here just to give you a quick idea of who we are, the Fontaine family, the real estate leader. I've been in business since 1983. Brenda Fontaine is our leader. She has started in the business in 1983 and built up the business, becoming one of the top listing agents for many, many years in the state of Maine, and has done a really great job. We now have 40 agents in the Scarborough and Auburn offices. I work out of both of those offices. I handle the Auburn-Lewiston area. My wife and I have been here about 4 years. And I also work in the Biddeford-Saco area and surrounding towns. My wife and I lived there for 30 years and raised our children at Thornton Academy. And so we know a ton of people down there also. So anywhere in those areas and anywhere in between, you can get hold of me if you have any questions or would like to talk more about either buying or selling. We have eight internal staff. I'm going to go through that a little bit more. And those 6 of those people that are in the offices are realtors, 3 of whom are Brenda's daughters. And they are all realtors, and they are also partners in the firm. So they have a vested interest in everything going really well, and they do an excellent job of transacting the business that the agents bring in. You know, I can't tell you enough about the difference in bringing a opportunity in and seeing it go through the system properly, making sure all of the I's are dotted and T's are crossed, and getting to a closing table with as least amount of stress as possible. They make it happen. And 6 of the 8, like I said, are agents, are real estate agents, and one of the 2 left is actually taking her test to become an agent in the next few days. So that'll be 7 out of 8 internally that can answer questions. And the big difference between that is if you do call, you have a question, they are able to answer those questions, whereas an administrative assistant wouldn't be able to. They'd have to be a realtor to be able to do that. So you can rest assured that working with an agent is excellent. Having the internal processing makes it even better. We are consistently a top producing agency in the state, and we have a robust social media and web marketing that I can talk about a little bit more. But before I go through some of those things, I'd like to talk a little bit about how the home selling process has changed. About 3 months ago, everything changed in the world, and what was a typical agent showing up to your home, giving you the reasons why you should work with them, signing you up to become a listing for them and sell your home with them, and then going through doing the disclosures, walking through the home, taking pictures, having somebody come in and do the pictures, maybe a video, getting your home listed, and then having an open house where many people might come through the home, and then doing showings for people who are more interested, and having all those people going through your home also. Then when somebody goes under contract with you, doing the inspections and having more people walking through the home for inspections, second viewings, measuring. They might want to come in and just check a wall to see if their furniture will fit. All of these things have happened in the past. Everything had to change because of the COVID issue. And so what mostly we're doing now is virtual, and I can show you how we're doing that. So a couple of things, I'm going to share another program right here. So this is the home selling system. I'm going to go to the next screen right now. This is a little short video of a 360-degree tour of a home. They call it, well, this is like a upper level floor plan, but they also call it a dollhouse effect. You'll see how that works. And I'll just run the video now and then talk about it. So you can see how you can see the whole home, different first floor, second floor, basement if you have one, and be able to go to any of those floors, any of those rooms, and move around within that room, so you can see exactly what the room looks like. You can also use this 3D imaging to be able to do measuring. So the person won't have to come back into the home to be able to measure for something. They can actually do it from this, and that's very, very accurate. So this is one of the ways that we can offer the ability to show your home, but not have to have a whole bunch of people coming in to look at your home. So I would come in and I would do a video, and here I am in the upper screen up here, and you can see this is my lovely wife, Trisha, doing a little demonstration of how we do this. I can flip the phone around and show the room while we're talking. Say, Dave, can you go back and look at something over there? I was interested in that picture or that stained glass window. Does that come with the house? Yes or no? See the stained glass window in the background. As far as closings, here's Charmaine, one of our brokers, agents, doing a virtual closing. She's showing the FaceTime of the people at the closing table inside. She has to sign some documents, so they bring them out to her to get signed and go back into the closing. Once again, keeping people from having to be in the same room, and risking getting exposed and things like that. So we got virtual showings, vetting buyers, inspections and closings. Inspections used to be the inspector and the agent and the home buyer walking through. What's happening now is the inspectors are going in on their own, and they're taking the same videos and photos that they would normally take. And what we do typically is we'll meet them outside with precautions, gloves, masks, all that. And outside right after the inspection to go over anything that they see that might be a red flag, so that they don't send a report that night or the next morning that has a lot of stuff in it and have people think, oh my gosh, this house is just, not a good house, when in fact, most of the inspection reports have lots of things in them, but there's usually one or two things that they key in on. So we can talk to them about that right after their inspection. And then I just talked about closings also, how we can do closings. Some of the states, not Maine yet, but some of the states have the ability to do signatures remote. And Maine is looking at that. We're close to that, I believe. So the whole closing process can be done through a Zoom meeting or something, just like we're talking today. The bottom line to this, I think, is that the real estate industry has probably never had a group of buyers that are more pre-qualified than now. Because of the processes we have to do through the social distancing and following CDC guidelines, we're forced to find buyers that are actually really interested in your properties. We need to make sure that they're pre-qualified, they can actually get funds, and that they are truly interested in going through the steps. As you can see, it's a little laborious to be able to get to a point where they can make an offer on your house and then go through the rest of the buying process. The benefit to you is you won't have a bunch of people walking through your home unnecessarily. So how will you keep my family safe? We've gone through quite a bit of this, actually. The CDC guidelines, wearing masks, gloves, we wear booties, like painters put over their boots so we can walk through the home. We have to prep our buyers for the process, and we have to prep the buyer agents. There may be an agent from a different brokerage who has that buyer. They want to come in and see your home. We as listing agents need to be very cognizant of making sure that they get the information they need to make sure they're doing the right thing when they come into your home. And we also want to make sure that they're actually a legitimate buyer, somebody who could afford to get it, somebody who's pre-qualified, somebody who's actually interested in the home. So there's a lot more involved in the listing agent. That would be what I do. in making sure that the people coming into your home are actually there for a reason. So we do a nice job with that. We ask that the agent is the only one touching surfaces. So if they come into the home, they're going to open a cabinet, maybe open a door, close a door, flick a light switch, that kind of thing. We ask that only the agents do that so that we don't have 3 or 4 people doing that. We also will ask the agents to make sure that the buyers who are coming are the decision makers. So the single person or the couple, but not their kids. If they do bring their kids, we ask that one of them stays with the children in the car while the other one looks through the home, and then they can switch. One watches the kids and the other one comes through the home. It works out really well. It's a little awkward, but it works out really well. People get to see what they need to see. And again, going back to the technology that we use at the Fontaine team with 3D viewing of the home, they're able to then go back and remember what those rooms look like. They don't have to go in and see them again. They can go in and they can move around the home virtually as if they're walking through it. They can go through doors. They can measure for curtains or for a couch or something like that. So it really, the whole system works very well together. And that's why we've done it. Post-showing procedures, wiping down surfaces, and we do an e-report to make sure that the listing agents get feedback from the buyers, from the people who are buying the home, looking to buy the home. We want to know what's going on. If there aren't a lot of people offering to buy the home, there may be one thing that everybody's seeing that is just a big red flag. We want to know that so we can work with you to fix that, to see if it's something that can be fixed. How's the market? Home values. Home values are staying steady. The industry experts are saying that if there's going to be any drop in home prices, it will be 2% or less over the next 6 to 9 months. So basically, they're staying the same. What we're finding right now, especially, is because people who have homes that are thinking about selling are hesitant to sell them, possibly because of the safety factor. There are a lot of buyers and not a lot of homes. And we all learned about supply and demand in our high school years and that. And we learned that when there's less of something, the value of that something goes up. And right now, home values are good. The homes are going on the market at certain price ranges, 150 to 250, and then 400 to 500,000 are typically the hot spots. They're coming on, and people are going in and they're making offers within the day. A lot of them are going under contract within 2 days. It's frustrating for some of the buyers because there isn't enough inventory. So we're hoping that this type of presentation will help you as a home seller, potential home seller, understand what the industry is doing and what the Fontaine team is doing and what I am doing to try to keep everything as safe as possible while you sell your home. I'm going to skip to the next screen and show you what they're saying. This one on the left top, it says more depth, less length. These are the Great Recession is the yellow line. It lasted 9 years. The Great Depression, 1930, 29 to 42, 13 years or 12 years, it says here. It went down, it went up, and then it went down again in 33, I think it was, and then went back up. The JP Morgan and the Goldman projections are both looking at this recession as a V-shaped recession. You probably have all heard these things out there. What they're saying is it's going to go down fast, which is what's happening right now. The economy is going down fast because people aren't productive, but it's going to go right back up again. And in the third quarter, it looks like it's going to be right close to where we're going, and by next spring, be right back to where it was. I can tell you that home listings are down a little bit, but home sales are maintaining or staying on par with last year. The good news right here, and this is why we feel the home industry is going to do so well, is that 58.7% of people have at least 60% equity in their home. That means that if they need the money, if they need to sell, if anything happens, they've got some cushion, they've got some support there. Look at the top right here, total home equity cashed out, excuse me, then was in 2008 region, 2005, 6, 7, and then the total in 2008. Now is 2017, 18, and 19. In 2008, when the crash happened, there was 824 billion taken out of the homes in home equity. That's a lot of money. That's why homes went underwater. People weren't able to sell their homes because they owed more than the homes were worth. The value of the homes went down, and it went down below what the equity was in the homes by a lot. Now there's $232 billion in home equity taken out of the homes. That means that there's a lot more cushion in the homes now. There's a lot of cushion if something did happen that was drastic. And we're not seeing that right now. We're seeing a really steady and robust industry right now, lots of buying. We could use more sellers and we'd see more selling. The last slide, the bottom here on the right, the home price changes during the last 5 recessions. People think that when there's a recession, the house prices are going to go down. Here's what happened in the last 5. 1980, they went up 6%. 81, they went up 3.5%. 91, they went down 2%. Okay, so 91 was that was after the bank bailouts, the S&L crisis in the late 80s. And then 2001, that was right after George Bush went into office. There was a recession. They went up 6.6%. So you'd think that they go down. They don't on average go down. The only place we're seeing this here was in 2008. And this was a crisis that was manufactured by financial institutions and government regulations, which led up to the fact that people just had no equity left in their homes. People were given loans who couldn't afford the loans, and what happened was they ended up totally underwater, and everything went kaput. It went down 20%. We all know the story there. That's not what's happening today. Back to this bottom slide on the left, you can see lots of people have equity in their houses, and the top slide up here is you can see that the amount of equity in the homes, or the amount of equity taken out of the homes, is low relative to 2008. So I'm going to share again, go back to the home selling system, and I just want to go through this. So again, what are we talking about here? How do we transact business with you as a seller without coming in your home, trampling over everything, touching everything, and just messing the place up with COVID cooties? This is the start of it. And this is an example tonight of what I'm doing right now, is an example of how we do it. It's a Zoom meeting. I can talk to you face to face. You could be with your other decision maker in 2 different places if you wanted to be. And we could do this on the fly. So if there were questions, we could actually set something up. We have a system to do this at the Fontaine team. I'm not going to go page by page, but I'm going to show you, and this is on our website if you want to go see it. Go to fontaineteam.com. and just look under sellers. You'll see the system. Talks about our mission, talks about where we contribute in the community. This is what makes us different, and this is a huge difference right here. These are internal people that work in the offices all the time. And like I said, 6 out of 8 of these, soon to be 7 out of 8 of these, are real estate agents. So that means you're getting people that have gone through and understand what we do as agents and can answer questions for you, rather than writing them down, getting them to us so we can get back to you, or getting an answer, somebody to get back to you. Very quick, very efficient team. Why we choose it, we've got strong social presence here on the left, virtual tours, licensed support staff. What we do when we list, we scan your property, complete your 3D space, and anyone can explore it with ease. This is that Matterport, the 3D viewing that we talked about, that little video that I showed you. How we do it, it takes less than an hour to do your whole home. The computer system puts it all together, and then we put it up online, and the vision, the quality of the video is amazing. In fact, they recommend that we don't do homes that aren't really in great shape, because it shows every crack in the wall and every gouge or something in the floor. So this is a really high-end thing that we offer, and there aren't a lot of people offering that in the state. What we've accomplished just from 1983 on, there's a lot of good stuff here. Again, you can go to our website and look through this. Here are some things people have said about us. Positive comments. We work with Make-A-Wish, Cancer for a Cure, Safe Voices in our community every year. Where home buyers find their homes, they find them online, they find them through uh, yard signs or from referrals. This is where we post our listings. So your listing, when you put it online, when you put it with us to list your home, it goes out all over the place, all over the world through these different various places. We also do cards in neighborhoods and things like that to let people know we're looking for a buyer for a home or a seller for a buyer that we have. I've actually been doing that a lot lately, walking some of the streets and looking for homes for a couple of buyers that I have that want to be in specific areas. So we're not sitting around waiting for you to call. We're out there trying to get the action going so that we can get the best price for your home in the shortest amount of time. Again, continued response to COVID-19. We do virtual showings. We prepare the home. When viewing a home, it talks about all the stuff that I've talked about here and other things that are additional. We don't do open houses right now. We do virtual open houses. More of the COVID here. This is important. Our average days on hand is 41 days, and we get 98.3% of list price. That's an average. That means that a lot of the list prices that we list at, people are buying for more because some will inevitably buy for less. 98.3% is huge. Our seller receives 1.3 more with Fontaine team. So that means that on a $250,000 home, you're going to get $3,250. Again, an average, but that's real money in your pocket because we do such a good job of showing your home. We create value in your home that creates a rush that people want to get your home.
And that takes away a lot of the negotiating that can happen.
So this is a huge part of it also. This is the how we know where we're at. We're very, very proactive in what we do. We look at the comparables of houses that have sold around you to find out what the right price is to offer. We offer you 3 strategies. One is a little bit above price if you want to try to do a little bit more and see how that works. One is around the price that we think it should sell for in the marketplace today, and one is a price that you may want to list for that's below that that price. And many times people will do that because it will wake people up that are looking at homes. Buyers who look on Zillow and Realtor.com and all those websites, they know what homes are worth. So when they see a home that looks like it's a little bit less than what it should be, they want to know why. They want in, and it creates a lot of effective activity. But what we do is we look at if you get no offers right away, you get drive-bys, no showings, nobody wants to see it, you're too high. Drive-bys with low showings, you're still a little bit high in price. Showings with no offers, there may be a price, right here it says it indicates 4 to 6% above market value, so you may still be a little high, or we may need to use the feedback we're getting from those showings to find out that there may be something that needs to get fixed. And then the middle one, the offers, that's right where you want to be. We have a cancellation guarantee on our contracts. So if you're not happy with what we're doing, we can let you out. The reason we do that is because we're so confident that we do such a great job that you're not going to want to get out. And quite frankly, you won't have time to get out. The house will probably sell before you're even thinking of that. So that is our system for selling. I don't see any questions here right now. So I guess I'm just going to end it up by thanking you, reminding you that you can, my contact information is here, phone number, email address, if you want to write that down. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn. I'm at Davy Dog Maine. I raise puppies for Guiding Eyes for the Blind, and I also have 2 service therapy dogs where we visit hospitals. We don't now because nobody's visiting, but we typically visit hospitals and nursing homes with those dogs. So I do a lot of work with dogs, and so I call myself Davy Dog Maine just because it's different and might be something that people will remember. So if you want to watch some more of my videos, you can go to my YouTube channel at Davy Dog Maine. Please subscribe and hit the bell so you'll get notifications when I put those new videos up. And so what I guess I'm just asking you to give me a call, send me an email if you're interested in learning more about how we're doing this. There's no obligation. And what we'll do is we'll set up a 30-minute personal Zoom meeting with you. So the people that are decision makers can get on the computer. We can talk through things one-to-one, and you will have a much better idea of how we can process a home sale. The other thing that I didn't talk a lot about, and I won't talk a lot about it because it's we're kind of going on here a little bit, is our Dream Home Finder program. And what that means is if we know that you want to move into a certain town at a certain price range with certain amenities, on the water, a pool, number of bedrooms, things like that, we will get that information from you and we will go out and market in the areas that support your dreams to get into your dream home, and we'll find you a home. So if you're thinking, well, I can't sell my house because I have nowhere to go, even if you're out of state, we have referral networks where we can help you do that. But if you're in state, we can work with you also to find your dream home within the state. So that's typically what has to happen. Someone moves out, someone moves in. Where is that person moving out going to? We work with those people to find them a place that they really want to be in. So I hope you'll remember us. I hope this was a helpful 20 minutes, it looks like. And if you do have any questions, like I said, please look me up. You got my phone number and email address. And I wish you well, and thanks again. Take care.